I just downloaded some encoder software on my Mac, so I'm just trying this out for the first time, and so bear with me while we have some technical glitches. Possibly, I don't know what's going to happen, but it should be interesting. And another reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like it's a good way to interact with my viewers, and as an added bonus, it saves me the time of having to manually upload a file later, because when I do this podcast live, YouTube automatically uploads it, so which is also nice as well. So let's get into the podcast for today. Some interesting news coming from the rumor mill this week. Apple has reportedly scheduled the next keynote for Tuesday, March 15th. Now, at this keynote, we will see the iPhone 5 SE and iPad Air 3, according to the latest reports. So, what this means is we'll see these released on Tuesday. But the interesting tidbit here is that they also said that they'll be immediately available for sale starting on Friday the 18th of March. So that's only a couple days later. Now, again, there's no word on the Apple Watch yet. We still haven't seen a ton of rumors. Some rumors have actually said that we'll see an Apple Watch 2, and others have just said an updated versions, like maybe some new color options of the current Apple Watch. Now, I personally have been waiting for the next Apple Watch for months now. Not saying I expect it at any given time, but I'm hoping that it comes out in March, because really the Apple Watch 1 was just a thumbs down for me, basically. Not exactly my idea of a great product overall. While I do believe it has some great features about it, it just needs a lot of improvement. So actually, I am hoping for the Apple Watch 2 to come sooner than later, and maybe third time will be the charm in terms of me buying it. So that's the little update on the keynote. I know we're all really excited about it. But there's another topic that I want to discuss too. Somebody asked me the other day if you could use Google Android Wear devices with the iPhone. Now, I know some of you may know the answer to this, but in case you don't, the answer is yes. You can actually use many new Android Wear devices with your iPhone if you just use the Android Wear app. But you want to be careful, because it is true that you can actually use older Android Wear devices as well, but they have to be updated to the latest version of that Android software. If you don't do that, you will need an Android phone to update those older devices. So technically, any device running the updated Android Wear software can theoretically be used with the iPhone app. But to be on the safe side, just play it safe and just buy a newer Android Wear device that is just guaranteed to work with the iPhone app. But be careful, because even though it's compatible, a lot of things I've read, I can't really testify to this because I hadn't actually used it myself. I've read a lot of articles, and I've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube. Essentially, it's a common consensus that most Android Wear devices are just very limited when it comes to iOS, meaning that they won't be compatible with all the features, which I think we all knew that, but really the experience is just very dumbed down. And so really, if you have an iPhone and you're an Apple guy like me, it might be tempting sometimes to jump ship, if you will, and try something else like an Android Wear device. But in all honesty, guys, it's just that you're better off to just stick to the Apple Watch if you really want to dive into the smartwatch, world. You definitely want to make sure that you think about that, because if you're like me and you do like to make, informed purchases, you want to make sure that you think about that really well before you dive into any smart locks. And I guess it's kind of on my mind a lot today because I am excited about the Apple Watch too. Going back to that, I know I already talked about that in this episode, but it is something that's on my mind. Mainly because I really think that Apple has so much they can do with the Apple Watch. I do believe it has so much potential. And I think that right now it's just so flawed in the way that they have done a lot of things, specifically the design of it and the battery life. Those two things need improvement, and of course the price tag too. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I always ramble about this, but I guess I'm just hoping to know I talk about it and I come to, because it's like it just kills me that Apple charges such a high price for something that really should be in the maybe $150 to $300 range. I know that's a pretty big gap, but I guess that's my personal thought on how smartwatches should be priced. But it's interesting. I read a lot of things that say that they don't really sell a lot of the higher priced Apple Watches. The cheaper Apple Watches seem to be the higher sellers, which I guess would make sense because, again, I don't want to say nobody because that would be a very generic statement, but I think a lot of people agree that, spending $1,000 on a stainless steel Apple Watch is just, because they're not all $1,000. You can only spend $600 on a stainless steel Apple Watch. But again, paying almost the price of a phone for something that's severely limited and not as functional as a phone just seems a bit silly. Though I know others disagree, and others I do know actually have bought expensive Apple Watches, and that's wonderful for those people. I know Apple actually sells the $17,000 Apple Watch. Obviously not a lot, but people do buy that one. It really blows my mind. But again, I guess that just goes to show that people will buy anything. But I know I'm kind of rambling here, but going back to my idea for today. So the Apple Watch 2, I hope will be a slam dunk. I'm really hoping, because I do love Apple, and I hate to sit here and have to, criticize the Apple Watch. I'm hoping it's a slam dunk. I'm hoping that the Apple Watch 2 just blows us away. Kind of like the iPad 2 did. The iPad 1, I loved the iPad 1. I thought it was a pretty great device at the time, but looking back, it was like, no. iPad 2 just blew it away. I'm hoping we have an iPad 2 moment for the Apple Watch in a couple of months, or maybe even down the road, whatever comes first. So with that being said, I want to quickly talk about the iPhone 5 SE, which is a really strange thing. I'm not really sure why it's the 5 SE, but regardless, I guess this is where I kind of am looking for your comments on this, because I don't really have a ton to say about it. But I do have to say, I don't really get the idea behind it. I know it's meant to be a cheaper option, but at this point, it's like, it's so, it's not really that less expensive than the iPhone, 6S or 6S Plus. So it's like, what's the idea behind this? I don't really get it 100%. But I know, just like the 5C, I didn't really get the 5C either. I know it's supposed to be, again, a cheaper option for an iPhone, but it just seems like it's not that astronomically less expensive to begin with. So, but I guess some people do like it. And for those that do like a smaller iPhone, I guess I do see the idea behind it as well. But again, I can't personally understand why you would want a small iPhone if Apple's offering a bigger one, but I know some people still like that size. So with that being said, I'm thinking this is kind of different doing this live podcast. It's kind of nice because I don't have to try to rush, and worry about the length of the video. So I guess I can continue. Also, I'm gonna leave my PlayStation Network, or what do you call it? I guess gamer tag, you can call it. Gamer tag in the description below. You can add me on PlayStation if you want. I'm not a professional gamer by any means, so don't expect to get your butt kicked by me online. But I do play GTA 5, and I play a couple other games too. I'm not sure if you guys will play the same games as me, but if you want to add me, please go ahead and do so. I'm always happy to add new friends to PlayStation. So with that being said, I guess I'll end this live stream / podcast here for now. Thanks again for watching, guys, and for tuning in today. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then,